if you're new to the BattleTech universe and don't know what the phrase laser vomit actually means, well, let me give you a slight idea. Hi friends, I'm TTB, welcome back to Klein Engineering. Today's mech is the Timberwolf in a 6 ER medium laser and 3 ER large laser configuration. This is clan laser technology at its best. It's gonna have a lot more range than, for example, the 9 medium pulse laser build that I've shown you, and it's gonna have a higher alpha strike damage. The downside? You have to be a little bit more careful about your heat management, but if you're coming from a game like Mechwarrior Online, you will be very familiar with builds like this, and you just will have already that little bit of firing discipline needed to make sure that you don't overheat yourself. Thankfully, Mechwarrior 5 Clans is very lenient with overheating, so it's very hard to cook yourself and make your mech melt into a little puddle, but still, be aware guys, this is more of the hotter builds out there. It's gonna require a little bit of an eye on that heat gauge on your part, but I can guarantee you it is going to be very effective at taking down enemy mechs. Now let's talk about the mech build in the mech bay and then take it into the training grounds and into part of a mission. Let's go! The power of the sun. Welcome to the mech lab guys. Here is our build. You're going to need a couple of different mech parts for this. Of course, you're going to start off with the Direwolf Prime, but you're going to need the Alpha center torso and left torso, most importantly, and the Timberwolf N right torso. Everything else can just be Prime, but you need the Timberwolf N Omnipod set and the Alpha Omnipod set on top of your Prime that you get when you first unlock the mech. Now then, let's go through this bit by bit. And also, do take note guys, this is going to be a build that runs a little bit less armor, which is absolutely fine, because our shortest range weapon has an optimal range of about 500 meters and the max range of about 1000. So not a problem, not a problem. We can run this quite handily. Now then, for the center torso, we are taking the Timberwolf Alpha CT. There are other options here if you have the Delta, of course, but you will need the Alpha anyways for the Alpha side torso. You could also use the Charlie, but there's no difference really in between those center torsos. If you don't want to use that ER medium in the center torso because you say you want to have more armor, you can skip that, remove the ER medium laser, or don't even have that, and use the Timberwolf Bravo center torso. That thing will come with 90 front armor, and then you use 1 ton of armor because you've removed the ER medium laser, which is 1 ton of armor, and add that on top of that, and you're gonna have a pretty dang tanky center torso. That's just if you want to be a little bit more defensive. Now then, let's talk about the other Omnipods. The right side torso from the Timberwolf N gets 2 double heatsinks, ER medium laser, and a half-ton ferro armor port. There is really no other option here. All the other right torsos will have a missile omnipods, so you could also use the Timberwolf S right torso if you happen to have that at this point. Although, if you use the S right torso, let me illustrate that real quick. That one's gonna be heavier. Let's see. It's showing the full weapon loadout, but yeah, let me just showcase this. It's gonna have 2 jump jets in the side torso, but with the Timberwolf S. So if you equip that, these jump jets are going to be fixed equipment, and yes, you will get jump jets, but on the other side, you will lose 2 tons of available mech weight because each jump jet weighs 1 ton. Okay, then we take the left torso from the Timberwolf Alpha Omnipod set. This is our side torso where we put in our longest ranging weapons because it's also our highest mount, can shoot the most targets, triple ER large lasers, 1 double heatsink, and a half-ton ferro armor pot. The ER larges are going to do 12 damage each and reach up to a max range with skill tree and whatnot, or research up to 1800 meters. Further than you will be able to see in most instances, so no problem, you can shoot anything that you can see. Then, the right arm, I've chosen the Prime right arm here, but there might be other options here. You could use maybe the S right arm, but of course all of you guys you're all gonna have the Prime variant, and if you want 2 hard mounts, you will always have to use a little bit less armor. Only the PPC arms, for example from the Alpha, will gain you a little bit more armor, so there's really nothing else to do here. Just use the Prime arms, 2 ER mediums and triple double heatsinks, no extra armor. On the left arm, we have one extra slot, fortunately, so we go double ER medium lasers, 2 double heatsinks, and a half-ton ferro armor port. That way, the left arm is going to have a little bit more armor. The right arm is going to have an extra double heatsink in it. Of course, once again, if you feel that you don't have enough armor, you could go ahead, remove one double heatsink, but you don't really want to do that because this mech really stands or falls by the amount of cooling that it can get, right? Okay, everything else just stays the same, like there's nothing you can do with the omnipods for the head component, and the same is true for the leg components. You won't find any weapons in them or open slots. So that is our build. Our firepower is a 78 damage alpha strike, not 98, because I keep saying that PGI needs to remove the melee weapon damage from the damage count, in my opinion. So 78 damage at an optimal range of 500 plus, which is really nice, and this mech will also get a cooling of 4.6 thanks to all the extra double heatsinks that we put into it. As far as pilots are concerned, of course, you guys always ask that. Energy range is nice, so Jaden would work perfectly. Someone like Yuchi, same story, also gets energy range. Alexander, energy range also works nicely. Anybody that gets heat management as well, Mia, maybe, because if she has full heat management, that can be very beneficial. Or Ezra would also be an option. Naomi, same story, maybe. Nothing for the missiles, but she would benefit from the heat management. But honestly speaking, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that you control this mech, because you need to go and focus fire on CTs. Always for the CTs. Now, let's go for the shooting range. In case you're wondering, what is a CT? Center torso. Center mass, center torso. Here we are in the simulator, guys. I just took a second to set the weapon groups. I've got the ER mediums on mouse button 1, the ER larges on mouse button 2, and then mouse button 3 is just going to be chainfire. That right here is a locust. I'm not going to shoot the ER medium, I'm just going to shoot the ER largest, because that thing just dies, right? It's a locust. If you do over 20 or 25 damage or so, this thing just dies. Centurion, it will be more interesting. I'm going to shoot the ER mediums first. That already opens it up, so 2 ER larges should do the trick. But, of course, do you have the time on the battlefield? Also, there will be some damage spilling left or right. So, you know what? The best choice is just to go like this. And that's what we call laser vomit. One big alpha strike and your target is either crippled or down. Now, for something like a heavy mech like the Marauder, we won't have one-shot capability anymore. But what we do have is two-shot capability, basically, right? And you don't have to go in with your full heat. Like, you can either hit it with the ER mediums or with the ER larges, depending on the range. One thing that we could test is what is better. Is it better to shoot all the ER mediums, or is it better to shoot the ER larges in this case? Well, let's see. ER mediums get us up to 23 heat. Now I'm going to do a salvo just with the ER larges. 24 heat. So there's really not much difference. It really doesn't matter what you shoot at this point, depending on the range, of course. If it's over 500 or over 641 in this case, with my skills and everything, and the mech pilot, of course, then you might want to just use the ER larges. But below that, ER mediums. Okie dokie, now the Atlas test. How many shots will this thing take? There's our first. Red armor, and that is a good sign, because that means that the second shot will kill. So, 2-shot, any mech that will be in the game against us. That is really nice. And like I already said, like, the range is insane. I mean, let me demonstrate this, what this actually means. I'm gonna get the Atlas at 641 meters, and then I'm gonna tell you guys that I'm gonna really look forward to the day when we get access to some mods that deal with zoom. For example, there was a mod for Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries that gave us a 4x zoom. It was called simple zoom. Okay, that is at 700-ish, 641. Let's do this. Let's do 650. Or let's do 650. See if we still kill with 2 salvos. But as you can see, this is so far away. The reticule is almost bigger than the Atlas. Yeah, so still kills. But like I'm saying, this game needs not 1.35 and 2.0 zoom, it needs 2.0 into at least 4.0 or 6.0 zoom, in my opinion. But that is something that modders will fix very, very quickly. In any case, you guys have seen the firepower of this build. Even if something walks up to you at like let's say 900 meters. Let's do 900 meters laser vomit. Ooh, that's still strong. Do you see that? That's still 2 shots on Atlas at 900 meters. At that range, the worst thing that's happening to you is like 1 LRM 20. So, we're fine. We're fine. Let's take this thing into a mission. I'm gonna choose a random mission of the more heavy kind, and then we'll see how it does over there. Alrighty guys, here we are in a mission. Once again, I have chosen disciplinary action, and we're gonna go ahead and go up against some thicker targets, and my goal is going to be to try and stay at range. So what I'll do is I'll shoot but fall back. That was a thunderbolt. He's dead now. Keep on going backwards. The grasshopper is at 800 meters still. I have no idea where that shot just went. It did not go into the target, that's for sure. That's a teammate walking in front of us. Guys, get over here. Get over here. Don't step in my way, please. Almost had him. Clean shot otherwise. So Marauder coming up as well. Give him a nice burn. He is one shot. And now we can just go ahead and finish up these dudes. Nice. Not much damage taken. 2%. It's fine. When you're playing a build like this, you make sure that you always set down your teammates at a given location. Because if they're trying to move with you, they will inadvertently just walk into your line of sight and block your shots, and we don't want that. So, let us waddle on over to the next waypoint and see what kind of carnage we can sow here. Oh, it's a catapult. We didn't get a full shot on. It's okay. Took a little bit of a PPC shot here. Next time I see him, he's dead. Yep, took him down. 96%. We're still good. We're still good. So Manticore heavy tank over here. Let's see. Rip. Also, my weapon groups got changed again. I forgot that you need to save them in the mech lab. Clumsy of me. Good for you guys if you found that, or if you noticed that. I did not. Well, that's okay. We can just do it in the mission real quick. Now we can go ahead and just do a little bit of chain fire on these, so we don't waste all of our heat on that. Alright. Send the guys over here. And we're gonna go ahead and take some high ground. Gonna go ahead, take some high ground here if we can. The jump chest would be useful here now, but I'd rather have the cooling. Let's go for the quick draw. That was a big burn, he's almost toast. Warhammer is our next priority target. Side torso and CT are very damaged. Almost have him. Let's go chain fire. He's toast. Next up is gonna be the Stormcrow. His CT is not looking so good. Got him. And there's the last guy, an Orion. Like I said, it is just very chill. This is a build for precision work, my friends. Precision work. Easy peasy. No problems. The only guy that took some damage I think is Yuchi with the Timberwolf right here. Also, don't look at the build, that one is secret. That is for the future. I shouldn't be saying that. Alright. Igor is incoming. Let's see, 3 shots, 4 shots in an engine, okay. And, like with the range, it's easy. No problem, right? Okay, now we're gonna have incoming again. I'm gonna send my guys across. And once again, I'm gonna try and just stay a little bit back. If we can take some shots, of course, we're still a Timberwolf, right? But we don't want to take too much. And these doors might be opening and frenemies coming out, so... Let's see where we go. What's the best location for me here? Maybe a little bit further off to the left. As long as we have like a clear line of sight, we should be fine. There we go, it's a Battle Master coming in. He's gonna hit us with his PPC. Oh, he's not. He was too slow. Oh. But I whiffed the shot a tiny bit. That's okay, we'll just give him one. With one laser. Once again, a little bit of chain fire. There's a Thunderbolt. Took a full salvo, he's toast. Enemy Crusader coming in. And another set of Igors. But once again, like, look at the range that we're staying at. Like, the Crusader, the only thing that can hit it with us, hit us with is the double LRM-10s, and so far he hasn't shot that. You might also want to do like a chainfire group just for the ER larges. That might also not be bad. We'll just happily melt through him here. There we go. Easy. Range is king, still. Let's wait for the Warhammer to walk into the open. I shot a little bit too early. Also his legs are very damaged, so we can just sweep the legs. Nice. Okay, perfect. So, I think this gives you a good idea, guys. This mech is working quite nicely. The only thing you don't want to do is get close and start brawling. You have that range, and you will need to use that because you would need to take a little bit of time to cool down, right? So the best way to do that, to be able to cool down, is to have the luxury of having enough range to the enemy targets, so you can actually take the time to cool down and not worry about anything else. And like I said, with this kind of skill setup and research, your ER mediums are going to reach 1200 meters. The range is insane.
Looks like they have some automated repair bays we
They're
can use.
actually insane.
If you need to.
I'm hitting these mountains back there. It's crazy. Well, I think you guys got a good idea on how this mech plays. What other builds should we do? What is your favorite build? Let me know in the comment section below. The Timberwolf is a great platform and a lot of fun to play, and of course we're cooking up more builds for this, but that is of course for future videos. At this point, of course, I would like to say thank you so much to all my amazing supporters. Guys, I literally couldn't do this without them, and if you are not a supporter yet and would like to say thanks for the videos, then please have a look at the video description. You will find links to my Patreon, my merch store, all the hardware that I'm currently using that you can get on Amazon, or of course you can become a channel member or send a super thanks right here on YouTube. Thank you.